Hi everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Ninatta Bracelet, and this was designed by u.megmeg on Instagram. I'll have her name in the description box below, and I'll bring up her profile here in just a second. First I want to show you the bracelet. So this is a variation of the Ninatta Bracelet, which I also have a tutorial for on my channel. I uploaded that pretty recently. And this does involve alpha loom bands, so that's the black bands in the middle. You can try it with regular bands or cap bands. I personally haven't tried it, but it's of course up to you. This is her profile here. It is u.megmeg. Oops, like I said, I will have her name in the description box below. And this is what her account looks like. It's a pretty nice account. So go ahead and make sure to like her photos and give her a follow for me if you do have an Instagram account. And we'll go ahead and get started. So what you're going to want today is a hook. I'm going to use a double-ended hook, but you don't really need both ends. You can just flip it around. You're also going to want some alpha bands or cap bands. I'm going to use pink alpha bands today. And then for the zebra bands, which are the border, I'm going to be using penguin black bands. You're also going to want a couple of C-clips to hold on to your bracelet, so it doesn't really matter what size. I'm just going to use a couple of these smaller ones. And we'll go ahead and get started. So first thing we want to do is create a center chain piece thing with the alpha bands on it. So what we're going to do to start is take a black band and cap that. And then you're going to pull another black band through. Then you're going to take one pink band. And if you've made the Ninatta bracelet, this should be pretty easy. You're going to put this band over top of the penguin black. And then you're going to pull both of those off of the hook and reattach the black. So you'll have an alpha band like this. Then you can just turn it around, take another band, put that over the black and on your hook and over the black, and then pull the black off, as well as this pink band. When you put this back together, make sure that your cap band does stay in the middle. You don't want to kind of mix that up. But once you've done that, go ahead and take another black band and pull it through both of those loops. Now we're going to start the sequence. So instead of taking one pink band, you're going to take two. Put that on your hook and over the end of, or over the black band, and pull all of those loops off the hook. Drop those pinks off and then reattach your black. Turn this around again. Take two pink bands, oops, put them both on your hook. Oops, I keep missing it. It's hard to see the depth of field in my camera. Anyway, you're going to put those two over the black and over your hook, and then take your black off and drop those two pinks on as well. Then, once you've attached that, you're going to take another black band and pull that through those two single chain loops. Again, grab two pinks, put this into the middle of the two black loops and pull the first one off and drop those bands off. Turn it around, take two more pinks, push over, and then drop those pink bands off. Pull another black band through and continue repeating this process. And you're going to want to make this center chain a bit longer than your wrist, maybe like 1 1/4 lengths. I don't know. I haven't really measured exactly, but it does shrink a bit when you add the borders, so just make sure that you don't make it super short and super tight, because it will shrink and it will be too small. But you're going to continue doing this up until you reach the end. And then when you reach the end, which I'll show you here, you'll pull one black band through everything. And then before you close it off, you're going to take one pink band, and just like the beginning, and just like we've been doing all the way up, you're just going to drop that band off, except this time you're only going to be using one alpha band. So once you have done that, your chain is going to look something like this. And what you're going to do is take a C-clip now, and just attach it to the top here. So once you pull that off, just make sure that these bands up at the top don't get mixed up, and that these bands at the bottom don't get mixed up either. So go ahead and split that off to the sides, and make sure to put your hook through your cap band just to make sure. But to continue, we're going to add our first set of borders, which is this kind of raised white band here. There's a raised zebra band, and then these are the outer border loops. So we're going to start making the next layer, and you're going to stick your hook through the cap in. It's going to look something like this, so your C-clip is pretty much going to be facing you. But now what we're going to do is take 2 penguin black bands, and we're going to do a leaf stitch. So take this right band, right here, right band, and put it underneath of the left band, just like so. Then you'll take your hook and go through the back of the right band, over the top of the left, and then back underneath of the other side of the right band. So you'll have something like this. You're going to go ahead and pull that cap band through, and then you might want to just attach that other end, but once you do that, go ahead and turn it around so that this loop here that has both ends is on this closer end of your hook. What you're going to do now is C-clip this. You can also just C-clip the first loop. Oops, let me show you what I mean in just a second. You can also just C-clip the other end of this loop, but it might slide through the cap in, so I'm just going to secure that for safety. But anyway, what you're going to do is you can just take it like this, make sure you don't lose this loop here. You're going to put this on your hook. You're also going to put 1, 2, 3 loops on. So this is going to be the first pink loop of this first chain, and then the next 2 loops, which are part of the next chain. Then what you're going to do is take a black band, pull this through all 4 loops, and you're going to lift this first pink loop and this third pink loop. And you're just going to skip this first black loop and skip that second pink. You'll rearrange just like we did in the Ninatta Bracelet. You're going to rearrange so that it's on the outside. Reattach 2 more pink bands, so now you have 6 total loops on your hook, 4 pink and 2 black. Take another black band through all 6 loops, lift the second pink band and the 4th pink band, and then rearrange again so it's on the outside. Pick up your next 2 pink bands, pull a band through all 6 loops, pick up the second and the 4th pink loop. Rearrange, and then once you get to the end, which is going to be your single band here, so go ahead and go up to the end of your bracelet, but once you get up to this point, what you're going to do, pull a band through the 5 loops on your hook. There's only going to be 5 this time, and you're going to pick up the second pink loop, which is the middle pink loop, put that on your hook, rearrange so it's on the outside, and then take one last black band, and pull it through these 3 loops and close it off. At this point, you're going to go ahead and C-clip this loop here. It can be a little difficult on camera, so just bear with me for a second. Okay, once you have C-clipped that loop here, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, but be aware that you're going to want to take this clip off, as well as this black loop here. So you're going to take this one out before you put your hook through. So this black band was just to hold this other bottom band in place so it won't fall out. But for now, pull that out and put your hook through the first 4 bands, which will be this first black band, which connects to the other side, as well as your first 3 pink bands, so 1 from the first chain and then the 2 from the next chain. Now you're going to take a black band, pull that through all 4 loops on your hook. You're going to pick up this first pink band and the 3rd pink band, and rearrange those 2 so that they're in front of the black. Pick up both of these pink bands, take another black band, pull that through all 6 loops, pick up the 2nd and the 4th band, rearrange, and just repeat the same process that we did on the other side. So again, putting those next 2 pink loops on your hook, pulling a band through everything, picking up the 2nd and the 4th loop, then rearranging these outer pinks so that they're on the outside, and then once you get to the end, you're just going to pick up that single pink band instead of 2 of them because you only have 1 at the end, pull a band through all 5, and pick up only the 2nd band. Once you rearrange that band so it's on the outside or in front of the black, you'll take one last band and pull it through all 3 loops. Once you have that, I'm going to go ahead and take another C-clip and attach that. So now you have something like this. And we're going to add one more layer to this, but for now this is what it's going to look like. And now we're going to add this outermost border, which is kind of frilly. And what we're going to go ahead and do is take your hook, and you're going to go through the middle of this band here on the side, so just turn it to the side. You're going to pick up this black loop that goes horizontally across the bottom. You're going to pick up that loop, and then you're going to also pick up the other pink loop that's inside of that. You're going to take a black band, pull that through those 2 loops, and then we're going to go up to the next section, and this border section is a little bit different than the Ninatta bracelet, so make sure to pay attention. You're going to pick up both of these pink loops from inside of that black, so pick it up like this. Make sure that those bands do stay in order, that the bottom band is on the bottom and the top band stays on the top. But once you have that arranged, you're going to hold on to this first band and flip it so that the 2nd band slides over that and over the end of the hook. So it'll look like that. Then you're going to take a black band and pull it through these 3 loops and go up to the next chain. When you go through the next chain, pick up both of those pink loops and make sure that they stay in order. Then, again, holding this first band, you're going to take the 2nd band over the first and over the end of the hook. Then take another black band and pull that through all 3 loops. Then go up to the next chain and repeat the same thing. Grab both those pink bands from in between the black, slide the 2nd over the first and over the end of the hook, and then take a black band, pull it through those 3 loops. And you'll continue that until you reach the end. But once you reach this point, you're not going to grab any of the pink loops from inside. You're just going to pull this black band out of the C-clip and pull this black, or those 2 single chain loops on the outside into this band. So you should have 5 loops on the inside. You're going to have those 2 outer blacks you just pulled in, your 2 inner blacks from this other layer, and then 1 pink. At that point, you can go ahead and reclip this band here, and then pull that off your hook. Go ahead and turn this around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just like we did before, go through the bottom. To start, you're going to pick up that horizontal black loop and that pink loop. At this point, we're not going to do anything special, just pull a black band through both of those. But then when we go up to the next set, we're going to put our hook through, grab both those pink bands, take the 2nd over the first and over the end of the hook, then take a black through all 3, go up to the next one, hook through both of those. It's kind of like a slip knot stitch. Pull the 2nd over the first, over the end of the hook, a band through those 3 loops, and one last time, 2 bands, 2 pink bands, slip the 2nd over the first, and then take a black band, pull it through those 3 loops, and then again at the end we're not going to do anything to that pink loop. We're just going to take this black loop out of the C-clip and pull these 2 new black single chain loops in. So you're going to have 5 loops, those 2 that you just pulled in, the 2 previous black bands, and 1 pink. Then what you can do is take the C-clip off once you attach the other end to your hook. It's kind of hard to get off on camera here. There we go. I got that one off my bracelet. Once you have that, you'll put your hook through those two middle loops and unattach or just detach, I guess, that C-clip as well. You can do this afterwards, but it might just be easier to do it beforehand. And then lastly, you're going to take this other side and put that on the hook as well, and then take the C-clip off as well. Then once you have 6 loops on the hook, you're going to take one last black band and pull it through everything. And then that will be what your bracelet looks like at the end. So this is what it's going to look like essentially. And you can fiddle with these outside borders whichever way you want. If you want these to kind of fold underneath, or whether you want them to just kind of be on the outside, it's up to you. But you can always fiddle with that afterwards. But for now, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you for watching. If you liked it, make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I will have u.megmeg's name in the description box below. Make sure to check her out on Instagram, give her a follow for me, but that is going to do it for this video, and I hope to see you next time.